Hey, what's happening, YouTube? Carlos with CNL Small Engine Repair and Lawn Care. How you folks doing out there today? Hey, on a Monday, after Easter, pumped. That's right. Hey, listen, guys. I'm trying to make this video short and sweet because, man, I've been slammed. You can see, I'm just covered up between the small engine repair and the lawn care too. So, anyway, things I wanted to talk to you about today was having you a little bit of capital. Having you a little bit of capital when you start this business. The overhead is minimum in this kind of business. I mean, it really is, but you still have to order parts. So you're going to have a few things to start off with. You're going to need a little bit of capital. I suggest getting you a distributor, because what a distributor will do for you, you'll be able to make a little bit on your parts. You have to make a little bit, because when you order parts as a dealer, a parts dealer, through Briggs and Stratton or whoever, there'll be a dealer price and a list price. Well, I don't always sell my parts at list. Sometimes you have to, because there's just no meat left on the bone from what you pay for the part, and you're paying shipping. If you don't put in a minimum order of let's say $200, $250, and you're going to pay shipping on whatever you get in. Oils and stuff like that, there's a little bit extra fee for that kind of stuff, which is understandable. That kind of stuff, heavy stuff. You know, you order a new engine. Last week, for instance, I had to order a guy engine. He blew an engine up, a Briggs and Stratton 19.5 or 19 horsepower. When he blew it up, he just didn't blow it up. He blew it up. It don't work no more. They ain't no rebuilding it. They ain't none of that. It ain't worth all that. So I had to kick that $500-600 out of my pocket and wait on it. Wait for the engine to come in. Pay the extra shipping on it. Then when it come in, take his off, put his on. Then he had to come and get it. So, or I delivered it to him actually. But either way it goes, guys, you're going to have a little bit of capital to start this. You're going to have a little bit, here and there to start with. There's certain things you're going to have. You got to have, if you're going to run a lawnmower shop, a repair shop, you got to have oil, you got to have filters, you got to have gas line. There's like 4 or 5 different size gas lines. They might be the same outside diameter, but different on the inside. Now, you can get by sometimes if it's, the inside diameter is a little smaller or a little bigger than what you're putting on, because you can adjust that out of the carburetor. But you got to know what you're doing, because if you run one too lean, you'll burn it up. If you run it too rich, I can still make it run even if it's running a little rich. But it's going to smoke, it's going to gum everything up. So you just got to really know what you're doing to play with them carburetors like that. It's best to stay with the original size equipment that came on it. Spark plugs. My gosh, how many different spark plugs is there out there? It is ridiculous. I catch myself every once in a while, I'm out of this spark plug or that spark plug, and I have to go get one somewhere else, and it just burns me up when I have to go pay $4, $5 for a spark plug. It just kills me. You're going to have some money to float yourself through, because after you put this money out and you do these repairs, guess what? People don't want to come pick their stuff up. So what I do is I put a $10 a day fee, $5 a day fee, after 10 days. If I call you and say, hey, John Doe, your weed eater's ready, your mower's ready, and, after 10 days, it's $5 a day. I write that date that I called you on the repair ticket. After that, you're paying $5 now. I'm not saying that people have to pay it, because West Virginia is one of them states to where, something else to check with wherever you're at, is I can't hold their equipment for non-payment. They can come pick up their stuff and say, I ain't paying you. Give my stuff, bye. And there's nothing you can do about it except for take them down here to the magistrate, the small claims court or something. Well, if it's a $30 or $40 repair, I ain't going to go down there and sit for no 3 days or whatever, back and forth in court for a $30, $40 bill. And people know that, man. They'll take advantage of you. They will. But once they do that, their name goes on the list. And we don't repair nothing else for them folks. I don't care. I wouldn't sell them a filter after that. But anyway, like I said, back to you do need a little bit of capital, because you're going to have some overhead. I suggest going with Briggs and Stratton. Yes, I am a Briggs and Stratton parts dealer. That's my distributor, is Briggs and Stratton. So I kind of lean towards that side. I've always liked Briggs and Stratton engines and things like that. One reason I'm a Briggs & Stratton parts dealer is I went around looking, and a lot of people around here run Briggs & Stratton engines. I'm seeing more and more Kohlers, but Briggs & Stratton does seem to be the big one. And what I do is, like, for instance, the other day I was at Lowe's picking up some lumber and went in and started opening the hoods on all the mowers. What are they running? Are they running Kohlers? What series Kohler are they running? That gives you a little bit of an idea of what kind of parts to order, before the year even starts. Because you don't want to get too far behind. I'm telling you guys, once it starts, once spring rush hits, it's like you can't get caught up. You just can't do it. You're waiting on parts, you're ordering parts. All that stuff takes time, man, and it's just one of those things. I mean, plus, hey, if you go with Briggs & Stratton, so if old Jason's looking out there, that's my rep, Jason Cundiff there, Briggs & Stratton. Looky here what you can get you. Ooh, look at that. Briggs & Stratton right there. That's a dealer's hat. You can't just go out and buy one of them. You ain't going to find one of them at Walmart, or Costco or wherever you're shopping. You ain't going to find one of them. You got to be in with Briggs to get one of those. So just a little fun here today, guys. But you can get you one of those hats from Briggs.